But they have no creep wave, so pushing in. They're going to fight with the Alpha Wolf. Does EG actually have enough? No. You have protection on multiple fronts, Cliff, as well as 7 charges of living armor. They'll burn through it, and now you see the power of EG. The tower is gone. Febby asked, like, wait, can this guy actually keep up with the current pace of this meta of Dota? You see that type of push? Yeah, he can do it.
Got the tower, but he can't backdoor the melee racks. It's too much regen, too tanky. But he's going to take the tier 3, he's going to take the shrine, he's going to keep cutting the mid-wave. Good job from Thompson to make sure the mid-wave was pushed out. If he didn't manage that, they could have lost racks in this instance. And OG, it's desperation time. They need to fight. The Metamorphosis is running out.
Anna walked underneath the Observer and Sentry, comes right up towards Arteezy. Thompson finds his own target. It's S4. Send him up. The missed timing though. Seb jumps in, Crit instantly silences him. Seb, what have you got with the Soulbind looking for the stun? Anna looking for his own point of damage. S4. Anna can't attack in fast enough. One more attack will do it. Anna's able to get down and then jump over for a double kill into play. Rolling boulder in from the break away from Samael. He plays the high ground. Obi-Wan Amael. He is able to push him back. Support is all buying back right now. Invoker so low in life. These never-ending stuns come from the lead of the Echo Slam. It arrives finally in from Seb. But what space is being created? It really seems to be all for EG. A jump away for the stun from electric rate still holds true as Seb runs for the trees. But he will not be safe. Under the opposite Sentry too, Durex has no way to run away. Terrorblade will create the mirror, staying just out of the range of the stun. Notel wants to help out. Arteezy just diving in. Anna, at least he can get a crit, but Arteezy, you remember what he came here for a while ago? It was to take the lane of Rax, and they've got the damage output. They've got the creep wave, and OG have no defense. Maybe they can kill off Samael if he comes up high ground, but the rest of EG are moving towards the mid. They want to fight Anna. He blinks out, but Samael, damn this kid fast. He blinks away, and Laguna's his ass. They want to go deeper into OG's base. You may have farmed Newbie, but you won't farm this time around OG. EG under the tier 4 towers, maybe this is a little bit too deep, but there's only 2 players up trying to fend this. Here comes your meatball down, but Invoker, he's got nothing more to give. Notel into the base, they're all dead, and GG! EG take game 1. Here when it counts on the main stage.
They got destroyed. I think that's fair to say that that was a very, very one-sided game. EG.
That kid, right? Samael, not a kid, he's a man. He trashed that mid lane so hard, but these long-range stuns, but you called out the ether lens, but it felt like Samael was just this permanent lockdown, but never in any trouble from OG.
It was not really fair, mid either. That's the problem.
Well, they picked
it. Not fair.
OG had last pick, right?
Yeah, but the Earth Spirit factor. What are you going to pick against Lina Earth Spirit that you feel like just can't die? Maybe Brood, but I think it might have been banned. Brood could have actually been a really good pick this game, but I don't think... Does Thompson even play that hero? Not sure.
Don't know.
But yeah, what can I say? EG, I think the biggest key to the game here from them was that they placed the lanes correctly. That was what gave them the start. Ench against Shaker, they get the aggro tri-lane that OG weren't expecting, and the mid lane, they destroyed it. So excellent job from them.
Excellent job from Evil Geniuses. Indeed, the mental warfare that was at play here did not phase them one bit. If anything, it actually lit their fire, Grant.
That sure felt like, if you're gonna, you gotta drop that banner in mid lane, you gotta have a better performance than that, because Sumail, as they said, he just completely dominated. Obviously, Crit, came over and helped a little. Even Fly came through and helped. They really did not want Thompson to have a game.
Yeah, but you know who you didn't talk about?
Who's that?
You didn't talk about S4.
Who?
And I want to talk about S4. I want to talk about Enchantress. What is this hero? What is she capable of? Allow me to demonstrate. If I may show you, through the powers of technology, we have a hero with a passive called Untouchable. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Enchantress as a hero, you just see 1340 HP, you think, oh, okay, she's blocked out, 4 heroes, obviously she should be dying. Okay, maybe a lucky stun. All right, maybe she's doing a little bit too much damage. Screw it, Seb says, I don't even want to deal with this hero. S4 is just chucking out these impetuses without a care in the world. That's 6 minutes into the game, something like that. 16 minutes in the game. We slowly progress a little bit forward. S4 has a Midas. Life's good. Oh no, it's 3 heroes. You'd think that I would be dead. Oh no! You couldn't finish her off. Things are starting to get a little bit bad now because the rest of EG has shown up all of a sudden. S4 lives, not a care in the world. And one more time, in case I haven't made my point, I don't even need to know what's going on. Blitz, what's going on? Is Enchantress, is she dying?
No.
She's not
looks
dying?
like she's got full HP.
Wait, but she got soulbound to like a Terrorblade, right?
Yeah. No, she's fine.
She's
just gonna
fine?
lock it up.
She's laughing. Unbelievable. S4, obviously, magnificent performance on the hero, but you gotta give props to that EG draft.
I'm sure there's going to be some people at home that are not too familiar with Enchantress that are like, did my computer just play things in slow motion?
Slow motion going on here. No,
What's
no.
wrong?
You're not buffering. You're operating at full speed, and so is EG.
Yeah, what a crazy game, Will. What do you make of that?
Oh, that game was... that was a stomp. That was like a stomp and a half, too. It was just every opportunity they had to go on Thompson, they absolutely ruined him. I think he even got solo killed once, right?
Yeah,
in the
I
mid
believe
lane.
so.
That's really what started that ball, and I mean, they never let go. Sumail just kind of made his mark on this game.
They poked the beast.
They
Yeah,
poked the
they
beast.
did. And I was thinking, you look back to that, the second clip you showed, that was when Seb pretty much showed his blink. He got those 2 kills. If he somehow got Enchantress in that, because they were all 3 clumped up, but he was like 2 seconds too late. Honestly, it could have changed a lot of things, but the fact Enchantress ran away and you're not killing her. It really, you just could not kill her that game.
Now, this game was decided pretty fast, and I think, Will, it was you that said before the series that Thompson, he loses you the lane, but wins you the game. Well, how did you say it? You said it way nicer.
Oh, I said he's probably the hero. He's probably the player that loses you. He loses his lane the most, but he's also the player that'll win you the game the most.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this time he only did one of the two.
Yeah, and I mean, we haven't even talked about, right? 9-0 and 10 on Arteezy. It's a Terrorblade, right? He is just farming. He's doing his thing, but he knew when to go and he knew when not to. They backdoor through a tier 3, even when Anna was cutting creeps. He just made all the right plays. And I mean, Arteezy, I mean, everyone wants to win a TI, but this guy, right, has been favored to win so many TIs. You know it's in the back of his head even.
Oh, the hunger is showing for sure. And I love that they ran up the aggressive trialing as well. You know, it's a little bit of the mind games. You want to go head to head. You don't want to avoid fights. Sometimes that is what you try to do, but this game, they wanted to take it. They fought hard, and they made sure that they got in the action early on, which was a little difficult for OG to answer Tsunami.
This is a taste of OG's own medicine. This is what they like to do. Unless if it's a core IO, then oftentimes it will look like OG's losing at first, and they're like, oh, you know, obviously this core IO is not going to work out. And then dude gets the Aghanim Scepter, Dominator, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, that's how it works. But this time it was just pedal to the metal from minute 0.
Yeah, and it was the tree, and I'm really surprised they put it on 5. I wasn't the biggest fan of that. I was talking with Fogged as well, and we're just wondering, like, what does he do? It didn't feel like, you know, they always want to defend their towers, do their thing, and they really could not defend their towers at all.
They could not at all. I didn't realize that
You
was
laughing at Grant?
No, I laugh at my own mistakes. That's the best way of doing it, and I hope that's what OG is doing as well. And actually, we know that that's what they're doing, most of them.
Yeah.
Most.
You think? Even against those?
They have
even
a
against EG?
professional esports psychologist.
That's true, but what if the psychologist saw this? He's like, oh my goodness.
I've never
destroyed him. We got to get out of here. Astralis. No,
You already said they needed that. Maybe she ran away because of that reason.
Maybe. Yeah, it was just, I mean, it's tough. It really is hard to talk about that game because it was just that one-sided. Crit played perfectly middle, Sumail as well. And they just didn't kill her. If you don't kill a Terrorblade, you're going to lose the game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. All right. You know what?
What?
I hope that OG is taking a break, taking a moment, you know, getting some time to reset. They are needing it, and I know a lot of you at home need it too. We have the perfect recipe for a reset. Hey, Casey. Hey, Slacks.
Hey, I'm really
Hey.
happy that you're not shoving me over in reaction to the vote like you did earlier.
I mean, I'll take any excuse I can to shove you, but I got too much excitement for the games on that last series, man. EG,
Oh my God.
everybody knows this team, right?
Right.
Well, they think they know them. Actually, you might not know the greatest North American squad ever, and that's why they got a little peek into their backstories. Take a look at this piece.
Esports teams always have drama. Sometimes it's real, but a lot of it is just the community making something out of nothing. For example, there was a lot of talk this year about Evil Geniuses not being a real North American team. Let me tell you something, boys. That couldn't be further from the truth.
Orders.
Howdy, y'all. Who's on Redis on that 32? Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I mean, sure, we're both North American, but the other guys are way more North American than us, especially Crit.
And you're back in the finals.
I guess that's what it took. I guess that's just what it took.
Shoulder check, shoulder check, shoulder check. Hey, sorry about that, you hoser. Hope you had fun in the grand finals, eh? Shoulder check, shoulder check.
In a way, I think the boys are actually model North Americans. They even have that classic NA salt.
All right, listen up. I'm so mad right now. Crit, off with your troll warlord. Sumail, I don't want to see no underlord middle. Gustav, if you ask for puck one more time, I swear to God, it's not TI3 anymore. Hey, I told you no more fucking cameras.
In the end, we're just some North American boys trying to make our way to this year's international. Together, united, one team under Dota.
North America.
Wow, man, what a great North American squad representing America out here at Shanghai. Did you know that kind of NA spirit they had?
I had no idea. That was quite the informative documentary you put together. Thank you.
Yes, indeed it was. But we have more actions to see today. We got an even better show because Sheaves and the boys, we got more Dota to be seeing.
We do indeed, and I cannot wait to see all the different scenarios used in all different kinds of clips and memes, because there is so much potential. Thank you for that.
We have some work to do. We'll be right back.
Yeah. I think Fly was the best.
Really?
Yeah. His Captain America speech.
Oh, the worst by far was Sam.
I mean, that was no surprise. No, I think he said orders.
Oh.
Because he was carrying burgers, not hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, but
Hors d'oeuvres are filled eggs, aren't they?
Wait, is that a real
no,
thing?
hors
I
d'oeuvres
thought
are like
hors d'oeuvres were just
appetizers.
Yeah, they're appetizers.
Finger foods.
Yeah, and so obviously we Americans have burgers as an appetizer and burgers as a meal and burgers for dessert.
Fries in there too.
True.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, hey, let's talk about these two teams because they're about to be, well, at the moment, EG is about to be in the, we saw them in the top 3 last year. Top 3 is not enough. The performance that they showed here in this first game, though, definitely worthy of more than top 3. That looked so dominant.
Yeah, it really did, and I think the biggest thing it's going to come down to the draft, because it felt like they got out-drafted from the beginning. I said some team's going to pick Earthspirit. I actually didn't expect it to be first pick. He just roamed on middle. He roamed bottom lanes. Like, he played perfectly, so shout out to Bulba. You know, we all like to clown on him, but he did his job that game.
And he's coached a team to TI championship before, which also was EG, by the way. He might just do it again here, Tsunami.
Yeah, and the most important thing is getting this Game 1 victory because OG have not been tested that much during this TI.
No.
During the group stage, they didn't drop very many games. As they've moved their way through the upper bracket, they have not dropped that many games. Being able to finally show that they bleed and show some vulnerability is a huge step for confidence for EG.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, you look at the group stage, I believe they had 2 or 3 losses. I don't remember, but all of them was truly serious to me. It was the Vici Gaming loss, and I definitely
the other
think
one was like a Techies loss or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you have a lot to look at. It's like, okay, this is the one loss they truly had, and I'm sure they scoured all the replays, and, well, it worked.
Will, can OG reset?
Oh, yeah, for sure they can. And they want a TI. Yeah. Sure they can. And they want a TI. You know they're a mentally tough team. I feel like if any team's going to do it, they're able to like walk it off and have fun. It's going to be OG. You saw No-Tail like spamming voice lines till the very end.
Spamming his face literally on mid lane.
Yeah. Like, I think they're memeing it up too with like the faces.
All right.
That's like the first step, by the way, towards reconciliation. Like memeing.
Well, let's see how well they meme in the upcoming game because the teams are taking the stage once again. There you go. Armin, our shoulder fish. They do look ready. They do look like they are reset and ready to go. Shake it off, go.
You love Taylor Swift, don't you, Blitz?
I do.
Well, I do hope that EG is also relaxed as they are 1 game up. That definitely takes some pressure off. You know what also takes pressure off? A nice, relaxing massage.
Hi, how are you? Thompson! Hey, wake up! Wake up!
Yeah, hello. Are we done here?
I know I always ask this of players, but I am fascinated by whether or not you guys feel stressed. Because this is what you do all the time.
Yeah, we take massages all day.
The Dota playing.
I'm playing Dota isn't that stressful, but traveling, I hate it.
Why do you hate traveling?
I don't know, I just stress about stupid things.
Like what?
Like losing my phone or interviews, it's stressful.
What can I do in interviews to make you feel nervous?
I don't know. Players just sit home playing Dota and then suddenly they're in front of a camera. What the fuck is this?
But you're on camera while you play.
Yeah, but they're watching the game. They're watching us play. They're not watching us.
Yeah. What's the question you hate getting asked the most?
I don't have one.
Oh, really?
Sorry. Yes.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Who is the most likely person on your team to make a mistake?
That's unfair.
No.
That's a really shit question. What? I found it. It was easy.
How crucial is Anna to your roster? Because I know that you had to play without him for quite some time.
Yeah, we did. He's like my favorite player. Like I'm a big fan of his, and Anna understands me, and I understand. And it wasn't the case with other players. So for me, it's really nice to play with Anna.
Do you feel any extra pressure coming back as TI? Coming back as TI.
I know what you're trying to say. No, we have had pretty average year. We just barely made it to TI.
Right.
And we're so happy that we made it to TI, and we'll see how we feel then. But right now, we're feeling good, I think.
What do you do after your Dota career ends someday?
Oh man, I'm gonna buy a house in northern Finland.
So you're just gonna live a quiet life?
Yeah, that's the dream.
Fast forward 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah.
You pick up the phone, and it's me.
Oh shit.
Well, there goes the answer to my next question. For doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm raising my hand to ask a question. Yoo-hoo, Thompson over here.
Yeah.
I was just wondering how you're planning on beating all the other teams at TI9.
You know, you destroyed it, they lose. Easy.
You destroy and then they lose, or then you win. That is the goal. It seems pretty simple. Can they do that here in game 2? Because if they don't, they're going to go to the lower bracket. Haven't experienced that yet in a while. Let's find out what is going to happen in game 2 of EG OG for the draft.
OG versus Evil Geniuses. Game 2.
This is where the next match is going to be determined. The draft in game 2 here, EG versus OG. What are you guys expecting to see in this one?
I think for EG, follow the same formula. I really like the way that Sin mentioned it at the end of the cast, how they set up their lanes and they played super aggressive throughout the game. I think that's definitely a key factor for them going into this next one versus OG, because that just looked super good, right? They just took over the whole game because they kept making those aggressive plays.
Or pick stronger. A real question mark when they last picked Invoker against the Lina too. And there's an Earth Spirit roaming. And the Silence, they weren't that great too. The PA is pretty weak. 3-5 is pretty weak. So It's kind of a question mark for me.
Ooh, it looks like we have same ban so far. So this is always fun to see. Are they going to do something different? Are they going to stick with the same heroes? One thing I feel like I see if Enchantress does make it through is they pick heroes that actually can kill her.
Yes.
They pick magic nukers, that kind of a thing. But OG did themselves no favors at all, as Tsunami showed in the last. They didn't have ways to kill her. And as a result, all their early movements just were completely counteracted. Stomp so much harder.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Febby. Just pick some stronger lanes. I think Shadow Demon was ignored, right? Or they made it through the entire draft without being touched because they opened up with the Grimstroke, so EG didn't feel like they had to go for it. They wanted the Crystal Maiden. So yeah, SD, one of the few series that we actually see it just wasn't touched.
Now, it was in last game. I don't believe it was.
I think they banned ET. Not
yes,
yeah, they banned ET.
So they're like having some. They're baiting the Enchantress pick, I think.
Now they're also making sure that they can get themselves ET too, right? They're like, EG, you have to ban it, otherwise we get Alchemist.
Yeah.
Right? They're switching the formula up a little bit. So they have to ban that out because of it. So now OG can get that edge himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's definitely more for them. It's something they've been picking consistently for Seb in the off lane, and it's putting the strong hero in their hands.
Yeah, and like I said in the first game, Noter seems like the only 5 that's really comfortable on the Enchantress.
And this right here already, you're talking about ways to kill Enchantress, right? Elder Titan, a decent amount of magic damage, also a big amplification. Mirana, high magic damage if you are able to get on top, and good combos.
And another thing that Mirana's been really effective at so far this tournament is just like stomping games with really effective rotations and good disable setups, basically. One disable into a 3 to 5 second stun, that's almost always going to be a killed hero. And as long as they can fill out the rest of their lineup with a lot of other stun setups, EG might be able to stomp the lanes kind of similar to last game.
Just going to go for their Earthshaker here, the way to disrupt like those type of combo plays. Still surprised, yeah. Shadow Demon is just not going to be touched, not even going for the save, which you do see a lot of times. This is like the Mirana.
Yeah, it's very rare actually that I feel like Mirana gets picked well SD still in the pool because it is such a good counter there. But they let it through.
Yep. It is a really good Enchantress. It covers the Enchantress weaknesses, which is the lack of team. Sure, Enchantress does have a lot of damage, but it lacks lockdown and the big AoE control, which Earthshaker provides.
Can also potentially interrupt the Elder Titan. Possibly stunning Mirana at the right time could help a lot. Drop a fissure when she needs to throw her arrow, for example. Those kinds of things could be a solution as well.
It's really less likely, but I think it's pretty cool to see some Sumeru Mirana too, because I know he's a beast on their hero.
Yeah, right. Both drafts are kind of flexible right now at this point. Like you said, OG, they would be playing the Enchantress. They could move it around if they want to do so. The ET is probably locked as like a 5 position, but we have seen Crit also play it. So 4/5s, Mirana also kind of flexible. So
it's probably a 5 ET Mirana for them.
That's what I would imagine, right? That's what they're thinking as well too, right? Banning out, taking out that easy setup, also that high magic damage hero.
Yeah, that's true. And with Veil as well. If you pair ET with a common Veil builder, the amount of magic damage you're doing is a lot more than even normal. So,
which is Enchantress's weakness. Enchantress is really fragile to magical damage.
And it takes out a team fighter too, right? Like the Sanking provides quite a bit, so that's why they're looking to ban that one out.
Ember Spirit getting banned by Evil Geniuses. Very good hero for jumping around the team fight. Also, pretty possible to avoid things like setups sometimes, because if you have even a tiny fraction of a second where you aren't stunned, you can dodge arrows, dodge so. Would be a little bit of a headache for Elder Titan to defend against it.
Getting on top of the Ember Spirit too, like Elder Titan, play a lot of the hero, you just get jumped on instantly, you get rooted in the middle of your stomp enemies with you. Mirana, same thing, you get rooted, you can't leap the whole time, it's a long duration lockdown. Frustrating hero to play if you do have an ET or Mirana.
Kunkka, the next ban, very common setup hero with Mirana as well. We saw a lot of teams successfully use that combo, just because it gives you the easiest setup ever.
I wonder what kind of damage hero EG is gonna pick. I assume like S4 is going to be some AoE magical damage control hero, which can kill the Enchantress.
What are you thinking, like a Tiny or something? Too early to tell?
Yeah, I think it's too early to tell. Tiny, I feel like Tiny's a bit too single target as well.
What about Tidehunter? Tidehunter was like first phase ban in the Vici LGD series earlier. Did these guys touch it yet? Do you think something like that would be useful here?
Tide is pretty cool. It can like stop them getting his combos off with the Ravage, but I assume like if they do pick Tide, they need more damage. I don't think it's enough damage.
What about like a typical like mid laner turned off laner, like a Lesh or a Pugna, or a Lesh banned, of course,
Yeah,
but
Lesh was the
something
perfect
like that
pick,
would work.
but it was banned.
Yeah, it was a very common opening for a lot of like ET Lesh because you amplify your damage so much. But they'll need something else instead.
I think EG, what about the gyrocopter for EG if they want to go for that for RTZ,
I was thinking
right?
gyrocopter,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't like the gyro versus Enchantress matchup. I think it can go both ways.
Yeah.
If gyro can get on top of Enchantress, sure, but Enchantress, like by nature, is a good hurricane pike buyer. It can like shoot impetuses from very far. It can outrange the gyro, so sometimes it can go the other way around.
Yeah, I've seen kind of like, it looks like teams think the exact same way, right? We've seen some teams like they pick the gyro into the Enchantress, and other teams they pick the Enchantress versus the gyro. Just yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see those type of back and forths from teams. So we get an Ogre.
Yeah, very high armor, tanky hero, can be a 3.
Potential for high magic damage.
Yeah, especially with ET's Aura.
So the downside that the part that it doesn't fit of what you want in Febby is not that much AoE damage basically. So you can't push out lanes very well, but you can just stay in your lane, live in it, not be harassed out of it, and continue to pressure that way. That's one option for the hero. And then later on, join the team fights.
Yeah, it's a pipe builder too, so Earthshaker is not gonna have as much impact.
How do you feel about that pick?
I was thinking Void for EG might have been good for the AoE control and especially with the ET. But yeah, OG picks Void. It's okay. Enchantress provides damage. Every time you have Void, you want damage in your chrono. And I think Enchantress is the damage.
I feel like it might have been a bit of a steal pick, right?
Yeah,
Maybe if EG was going to look for it, because it's, I mean, with the ET and Mirana, it's amazing. So that does kind of look like they just kind of robbed that one away if EG was looking to go for that type of hero.
Yeah, because that's definitely one of the issues with the Mirana is that there just aren't a ton of arrow setups. Obviously, Stomp is amazing, but in the laning stage, it's going to be a little bit harder. Void also even good against that. If they're lacking disables, Ogre's got to get close range to land his stun. ET's got to land this via Stomp that Void can easily time walk. So right now, Mirana's not looking like the best 4, actually.
Yeah, they might. I mean, they still could move it, right? Now they have Bloodlust as well. They're keeping themselves open to switch on the side of EG.
That's true.
Like Febby was saying, right? Like Sumail, he loves playing as Mirana sometimes, and we have seen a couple core Miranas. We have seen a couple of them in the mid lane. From I know Vici played it a couple of times too. They're gonna take the gyro.
Yeah, it's something that they need. Some AoE, some magical damage.
Gyro feels a little bit iffy against Chronosphere plus Enchant though, because I mean he traditionally does get a lot of health, and yes, maybe he'll buy Butterfly at some point, but getting Chronosphere and not having too many saves on the back line might be really scary for him.
He's my favorite pairing though with Elder Titan. Favorite carry pairing, because you're a mix. You're not just physical damage, you're very high magical damage, so you work really well, and it provides you infight, which I think that they, the Ogre might have made them lack a little bit there.
Yeah, it's a
with
combo
Mirana.
that EG is very familiar with. We've been seeing it a couple of times in the group stages too, the Gyro ET.
Ooh, Tiny, that looks like it's a very high potential for Thompson's hero. He's been super dominant actually on the hero when I saw him playing it for the most part. Just being able to constantly run around and just wreak havoc on the map. Especially versus the squishies. Gyrocopter can tend to be a little bit squishy sometimes.
Yeah,
if you do get off to a good start.
With the Axe build too, I think it like just inputs insane damage, and I think it can be a cool new combo, the Void plus Tiny with the Tiny Axe.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's really good with Void. It helps so much. I think Maneski was running that earlier, would come out, and then you do the tiny tree toss, you get in like 6, 7, 8 trees.
Yeah, it looked like a really good combo.
Was that the same thing that, did Secret have that too? With the Void and the Tiny? I think mid one rushed Axe that game.
Right? Yapstar stole Chrono a few times, so
yeah,
probably.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of Chronospheres in those games.
Oh yeah, you're right actually, that's a good point. Because I remember he skipped the Echo Saber. He went Echo Saber after, but he went straight Axe, which was interesting to me, because usually it's like, you want to go because you apply the slow, but if you have something like that huge lockdown, you don't need the extra slow. You're going to be having that big damage, so that's actually pretty neat.
I'm expecting EG to throw Gyro in the mid lane myself. Sumail's typically the guy that plays it on their team. I mean, if you do land an arrow mid, even if there isn't a setup, and sometimes there can be with Homing Missile, it's a good hero for crossing the river and potentially getting solo kills if the stun's long enough. I don't know if it's going to be super viable against Tiny, because Tiny's health is pretty high, but
I feel like you won't get many last hits in that lane, though, if you're mid versus a Tiny.
That's true.
You can use the missile to zone him every now and then, but the base damage advantage is pretty high. But still flexible, right? They still can choose to move it around, depending on which map you want to have.
I mean, one bright side is they can probably rune control maybe a little bit better with the Mirana. And the Gyro's a lot faster, so running him down, maybe lower chance of Gyro dying. last bans here, Batrider again being banned towards OG. They are kind of lacking their 5-position hero. And then OD being on against EG, which would have been another great hero for setting up arrows. If they throw OD in the mid lane, especially against a melee like Tiny, super easy to banish and get guaranteed arrows. So that would have been a pretty easy way for Topson to lose his lane.
Yeah, a lot of the Conquer OD bans when there's early Mirana picks, it's like you kind of just have to cover your bases.
Yeah. So what are they going to grab for their last hero? OG could play the Tiny as a 4. They could put the Enchantress on a 5. That could leave Topson up to grabbing an entirely new hero here if they really want to, but
there's so many cool things that OG can do right now. They can put 5 Enchantress, mid Tiny, and got a new 4 hero for Jerax. Phoenix looks okay. Even if there's a Mirana on the other team, you have Void.
it feels, I think it sounds okay, but I just feel like they're lacking easy disables and gank stuff that isn't team fight, like ultimate base. It's like Chronosphere, maybe like Blink Earthshaker or Blink Tiny, but I feel like they need something reliable maybe.
And they're gonna go with Oracle.
It's okay.
I think it's a good Fate's Edict game. There's a lot of magical damage coming out of Evil Geniuses right now. Right now, all their damage is magical damage, and Oracle's second spare is just gonna negate a lot of that damage.
And they can use Oracle's purge off a stun if somebody like if the Faceless Void gets stunned at a crucial, Tiny gets stunned at a crucial moment, remove that, let him take a team fight. It's pretty cool.
I was thinking might need a stun, might need a save because there's a lot of lockdown from Evil Geniuses, and there was no from OG until that Oracle pick, so they could have bursted the Void down before the.
Is it going to be strong enough to lane against an Ogre though? Like if that's an offlane Ogre, at that guy a lot to get kills.
They're just gonna go the Terrorblade again. It worked last time for them.
But now there's an Enchantress on the other side
More
of
things, yeah.
So I don't know. I think this Enchantress versus TV matchup is pretty hard for the TV.
It should be a lot of damage. If TB is disabled, they should be able to calmly.
And Enchantress can just chase down the TV and just take away the illusions, crippling his farm. So.
What about the other way around? Reflection against the OG heroes. Do the Reflections get bashes? Not sure. Anyways, that is the draft for game number 2 here versus OG. Let's send it over for an interview with Soccer.
All right, tell me how you're feeling about this draft and how would you rate it compared to what you did in game 1?
I think both games were pretty fine draft-wise. Here, I think we got a better draft than them, so I'm feeling really confident. Yeah.
What did you say to your team to help them reset into this game?
I mean, we were ready for this. We know EG is a great team. We were ready to go 3 games, so yeah, I just tell them to keep going, do our best, and yeah, we'll see.
All right, still confident. I love it. Yes. Best of luck. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Back to you guys.
And we really are looking for that third game to repeat history from last TI. It was semi-final 2. These teams met up. Of course, then it was OG who 2-1 down EG. What can happen this time around? They're confident. They're confident with the draft this time around, Send.
There's a couple of things that can happen.
Things working.
EG could win this game, then they're 2-0. OG could win this game, then they're 1-1.
Wow.
And then for the third game, would you believe it, there's also 2 possible outcomes in that game. So that would be, you know, if you do like this, it's really complicated, but yeah, you'll figure it out eventually. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about this game, specifically the Enchantress pick that they were talking a little bit about on the draft panel, because I think the logic that EG are applying this game that makes them pick the Terrorblade again is, one, a carry that, first of all, that farms really well when it's given space. EG's heroes are really good at fighting early on outside of RTZ's hero. And sure, Enchantress has a good matchup against Terrorblade in the lane, but Terrorblade isn't gonna lane. He's gonna, until he's level 4 or 5, when it seems like it's scary, he's gonna retreat to the jungle. And if Enchantress starts hunting Terrorblade in the enemy jungle, she can get ganked by Gyro from mid. That's the whole idea here. He can go deep into the jungle, he can play the opposite jungle as well. Probably not the Radiant one, but you know what I mean. Around the triangle with Terrorblade, and have a good time. For OG, however, you have very big AoE spells and cooldowns. And if they don't connect on the Terrorblade, I just see his fights being free. Like, what's actually killing this Terrorblade in this game? They don't have heavy single target burst outside of Enchantress. He's okay for a while.
Yeah.
But then Tiny's damage late game is physical.
What happens if you can't Sunder?
Yeah, that's always a problem.
Yeah,
Terribly.
it's like that's your burst damage from the Tiny, which starts to wear off after a while. But they do have really great combinations. Maybe this is the reason why Soshka just feels so confident. Like, we always look for the thing that works with a Chrono. Long are the days that we just do this with the Skywrath Mage. Now we toss trees. You have to do insane amounts of damage. You've got Enchantress who can make the most of that control area too. With the impetus she can throw out. Like, there's just a lot of things that they can work with.
But I think there's something very clear in what you're saying too, is the absolute majority of the damage we're talking about is physical or physical based. Enchantress hits are physical, you can get evasion against it as Terrorblade. The tree throw is physical. You get a lot of armor on Terrorblade naturally, and Void is more or less 100% physical damage too. So I think for the name of the game for OG here is, I don't think trading farm and playing a slow game here is going to favor them in the long run. You're playing against Elder Titan late game, one of the stronger supports with the Aura for a lot of damage, and of course, let's not forget the mid hero for EG also scales. It's a gyrocopter. They have plenty of in the way of late game with Bloodlust 2.
And it's been one of the most popular heroes of TI9. We get our lanes up, so EG running the safe lane, the ET and the Terrorblade together.
No-Tail?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot of damage onto No-Tail. Trying to back himself up. The Oracle has no real save. He went Fortune in to begin with. But into the trees, only Tangos to bring his life back again. And S4 copping the same kind of damage from Ana.
No-Tail used the Fortune's End to secure a range creep, and S4 immediately went for the Fire Blast into arrow combination with crit. Something I don't remember who on the on the panel mentioned this, that OG should probably look to get better lanes this time around. They're playing Oracle Void. This is also not a very strong lane, so once again they're running the risk of getting pressured pretty hard in this Ana lane. Their mid lane is good though. Tiny is just a flat-out strong laner in general, and their other lane, Enchantress Shaker, is very strong.
Speaking of Enchantress Shaker, they're really getting up in face of Arteezy. Fly, he did the pull, that's why they're underneath the tower. Seb's trying to get as much damage, but Arteezy, they're trying to bait him in using the Metamorphosis. They've vision blocked him out from potentially getting some kills on creeps, and one of them including the range creep, and he still refused to use it. He's been holding it back. Another small thing is also the ward vision. Fly, he actually put a sentry ward down, which is able to block the camp up on the top, so there's no pull for OG to work with. Yep. And that sentry ward is actually barely out of range of the other ward that's watching the stacking from Fly. So just a fun vision game up on the north.
It's a pretty unusual play for us to block a camp like this. But he's too scared of the Enchantress pressure with the Enchant spell, and for good reason. If Seb gets like a Satyr or a Centaur, there's play combos that could give a kill on the Arteezy Terrorblade, so this way he keeps him nice and safe.
Metamorphosis has now finally been burned from Arteezy. It took until level 3, and he's got 2 points up in the Conjure image. Seb and Durax just holding back for the moment. Crit's waiting for the next attack. He's waiting for Sumail's homing missile to come while at bottom lane S4 and No-Tail held him there. There's stick charges from S4. He'll get back underneath the tower.
Close call.
And has managed to Crit feel like he has to move off the lane. He found the illusion rune.
He's coming in with a salve as well, so S4 will be back in fighting shape. And No-Tail's out of mana. He has no resources left, so this lane now plays itself for E. They might even get the kill here if they play it right.
Be fast about it. They're found on Ana. He can always just time walk this off, and he's got those 4 stick charges. No-Tail's gone bush. S4, here comes your level 2 Fire Blast out, while up on top Arteezy does get away, but it's No-Tail stunned up line. They have the damage and they have the vision, and Ana actually being given the life from No-Tail. That's all he could do at the end of this. He has something to make Ana's lane work.
Yeah, he's not looking too hot down here right now. Both safe laners being punished. The Terrorblade's not having a free time. The Void is not having a free time. And that's where there's just a fundamental difference in these two carries. If Terrorblade's laning stage is bad, he's going to go jungle level 4. What's Void going to do? He has to lane. He's stuck down here. And he's playing with an Oracle who now hit level 3, so No-Tail is a lot stronger now than before with the 2 points in Pure Flames. There is some kill potential.
Of how Sumail was inching for the rune, he doesn't get it. He was really hoping he would. It says a haste rune for Crit. 1/3 of his HP is up and running. To probably get the arrow against Topson if Sumail can just get a good homing missile off. But then again, he's saying run on top of Sumail with his own damage.
And Topson is playing this lane as expected. He's winning it. It's a very tiny favorite matchup in isolation early on. Just has way better base damage like was mentioned. But Sumail is still... He's still doing all right. Like, he's sniped for her, which is the problem. Oh, Topson's going to go for some damage here.
Yep.
I don't know about that, Topson. That's cutting it pretty close.
Sumail may just have the damage underneath the tower. Topson makes a break for the tree line. Sumail can't actually reach him. Thompson doesn't have a mana for a toss away, but he's got Shrine in 10 seconds.
Yeah,
that'll work
as well. Unless Fly.
He's coming over.
There's actually no mana on the Tiny.
Jirax has to stun him. And this will be mana on the Tunny now. Gets 3 bottle rune charges up. So Fly, they start with the Avalanche. Seb's moved over as well. Fly, he can get 1 punch in. He ain't no one-punch man.
He very clearly placed the no-tail flag. Seb was staring him in the eyes when he died. Oh, man.
Get in their minds. That's what OG likes to do.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't mute. You can't remove the flags.
Yeah, see, OG understand this. They just get around it. Ana and S4 really going hammer and tongs the bottom lane. No tell. We'll throw out the Fortune's End. Just giving S4 something to think about, but S4 has got 900 HP. You're not getting through this Ogre.
They're just Bloodlust, though. It's a minor annoyance.
He's got Metamorphosis again. No pressure into that top tower. Remember, there's no Treant Protector in this game, but not a single point of damage has been done to that tier 1 tower on top. Crit's trying to leap himself away. I see Thompson moving over. He's already used his combination. The Observe Ward gives them all the information they need. Thompson, 2 seconds till toss is cooled out. Crit leaps up a little bit further out. Now goes for a short-range arrow. He doesn't have another leap available. Thompson has both Avalanche and Toss available. Yeah.
Thompson and he's dead. Tossin.
Nicely done, Tossin. Thanks, Tossin.
Uh-oh, Arteezy's in trouble too.
Yeah,
he's dead.
Jirax able to get the double stun. Fly couldn't do anything to help him out. The stomp was already used. Now Fly's moving into the tree lines. He'll go for another stop, but Jirax just went perfectly. This is that crisper kind of play you're expecting to come in from OG. They play their stun timings right, they get the chains right, and Ana gets the leap to body block S4 in the trees. You can slow him down once again. No tell. The never-ending Fortune's End over towards S4. The stun's at least on faces forward, so Ana won't keep this pressure up.
He's getting good farm though on the Void now. The start was a bit tough, he got pressured, but No-Tail brought extra regen. Crit was roaming a little bit on the Mirana, which gave Ana more space, and now they might even kill S4 here.
Yeah, feeling very stranded with no Mirana to stay with him. The Priestess of the Moon is currently absent from the throne. S4, another nuke. Actually, a nuke from No-Tail, and a bash from Ana will do the work.
Seb top.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Seb, he's low on life. Will come in and finish the job. Jirax tried to help out.
Thompson ran down Arteezy all the way to the tier 3 and killed him.
Really?
So this dynamic is really interesting because the Enchantress will not be just heroes that can quickly push in the mid lane and start making a move for the enemy jungle. And he can solo kill early on. Terrorblade has no health.
He's also got no net worth. Just to throw up the net worth graph, you see him, he's 4th from the bottom, not even 2,000 to this Terrorblade's name. ES currently has more net worth on the support Jirax.
Thompson does not get the rune yet. It's bottom. He will probably try to run down and take this region after pushing out mid. He knows it's there and that it's going to take it right now.
And Arteezy's going to send the illusion to deny it.
Yeah, and he sent his hero into the other side of the jungle. But now he's going to maybe get smoked out. Oh, if he dies again.
Bad.
This is so good scan from Dire. They realize it's happening.
They just follow the illusion. They put down the protection. Arteezy, he needs space. He needs time and doesn't want to give him anything. They leave an Observe Ward back behind the tier 2 tower. Jirax is waiting on the hill. Arteezy beset upon on all sides. The courier's coming out to deliver the Wraith Band. Hey guys, I know where he is. He's in the trees, but you'll lose the Enchantress while all that's going on. Crit's able to get him. He are looking the other way.
Seb got greedy. And Dofra and...
Oh, Thompson found him. They found him. Dropped the nukes, dropped the hammer. Arteezy.
He's not playing Dota right now.
Fly's also in trouble in the back lines. Jirax chased him into the trees. That top fight took its toll. Jirax just needs to hit him once, and Fly, Jukin, keep moving around the rock walls, around the trees, but Jirax has towed him. It has the reach, while Ana, he has the extra life. Even getting the hit time lock over on S4, knocks him down, and they have the damage between the two cores.
It's looking spicy.
It is looking spicy for OG right now. That is true. Their laning stage, I was skeptical in the start, especially about this bottom lane, but things are looking great right now, mainly because they're actually just...
Put the flag down the wall, and Arteezy can't cross it. Top lane, Seb's in real trouble in the middle of the call down. The attendants will not. The homing missile from Simel will wipe that smile off his face while Fly under the tier 2 tower. Jirax and Thompson once again comboing together. They're the Smash Brothers right now. S4 as well as Arteezy. The TP done. Space created. And Jirax will also leave.
OG are playing really, really good Dota right now.
And now the runes as well.
They have the perfect read on what they need to game with this Tiny. I think Topson is having huge game impact right now. Even if he doesn't kill RTZ, he's just ruining his game.
Look what he's doing. Ana has a double damage rune. He just wants to go onto RTZ, but the Dire Observer Ward is scattered out. So with the DD rune, he won't get the leap into Chronosphere that Ana was probably looking for.
We've been talking a lot about RTZ having a hard game, but as far as EG goes, their other two cores are not looking. Gyrocopter almost top net worth. Ogre is ahead of the Enchantress.
Here we go again. Toss me!
Oh dear.
Don't tell them.
The worst thing, can you even blame him? They've like smoked him 2 or 3 times, and they have deep wards. You just keep running him down, and now Thompson
This is his
finds crit.
6th kill. He's taken 50% of the kills for OG. Thompson, how fast can this guy be enabled? Phase boots up, moves through the trees, another fissure block. Jirax, this is why on support ES he is one of the group. And Ana's taking the tier 1 tower to boot. Keep him out of lane. The Shadows will take EG. But what can the Shadows grant them? The Observer Ward, Thompson, he actually de-warded. He had the Radiant Sentry there. So now EG's even lost the vision. And they've got Jirax right behind him. They're ready to fight on bottom lane. The Radiant Sentry. It won't matter. They've weeded out the time. The Observe Ward. Did it see? It sees Simel for a half moment as well as S4. Avalanche is out. The fissure from Jirax. Over on 2. Call down will arrive. Thompson. They're finally going to end the spree. It goes to Vale.
That's a lot of gold.
Back up the tier 1 tower. It is indeed. And that's the comeback, Anik.
600 gold, and now he's top net worth. And they're going to immediately smoke again. OG don't know this is happening. This is not the easiest smoke to predict, but if they want to cross the entire map, maybe it will be predicted. Okay, the top rune, Invis rune, they're not going to grab this.
I think they're looking for Ana, but Jirax actually broke the smoke. He's already TPing over towards the shrine. He understands that something shady's happening.
Jirax wouldn't get taken here. I think this might blow this gank from OG. That S4 went and grabbed this rune. No, Ana.
He's still under obs.
Oh, he's going to...
And now he's going to time walk into S4's multicast arm, combining with the arrow, put him to sleep as well. Starfall finishes the job from crit.
Jirax pinged it out. He said the rune's gone. All of EG's heroes were missing, but Ana still stuck around to farm that camp. A bit greedy.
Probably felt he was safer having the Observe Ward in the lane, but man, as you said, like they would smoke up from the bottom lane and not just run directly at him.
And that's space for RTZ. They've re-established some control in this top area, so Terrorblade gets to play a little bit now. He's still way behind par, of course, on this hero, but slowly recovering. And OG, they're going to keep up the pressure. They will keep playing fast. They have the same read that playing this slow and letting EG get space is not the way to go.
It's a great Observe Ward down. EG, this is coming. A quick leap away from crit will create space. Ogre now going to go for his own son. Great fissure coming in from Jirax. Actually trying to stop Arrow. It may be a little bit too late. The call down. It's great from Smell. Playing from inside the trees with a flat cannon damage applied. Thompson, he'll have to save from Notel. Jirax won't be so lucky. Neither will S4. Both dying over on the opposite sides of the lane. And Thompson finally now back up to full health. Just tosses away the Gyrocopter. Arteezy has arrived, but up against Seb. It's not the hero he wants to fight. But as EG do this chase, the Dire Observer Ward that OG ran under is what helped them set up for this fight. But they're not finding anything else. 13-minute, 14-minute hand of Midas in here from Ana. Meanwhile, on the northern side of the lane.
He was just, again, not involved. He's just farming. Farming. Keeps ramping up. You would like your Void to at least use the Chrono when it's off cooldown, and then you can go back to farming, but not even that.
Jirax. Fissure actually holds Mail up on the high ground with the ET splitter. Notel has no save to this at all. Meanwhile, Ana, does he want to go for a solo kill on Arteezy? He's got no damage. He actually has nothing. Moonlight Shadow's been burnt, so they can all just walk away.
Oh, they're going to walk, sir.
With the Avalanche, and now Ana, time for a Chrono. He'll catch free with the Fissure. They're all caught on the other side, so Ana's only got one choice, that's to kill off Crit. Seb actually came in from the side, looking for his own damage, and Jirax, Toddy Echo, he'll finish off S4. Seb won't actually die. The one shot just means the homing missile doesn't find the kill. Ana, time walk, repairs the damage, but stays on the front line, trying to fight. They've lost Seb, they've lost Jirax. Another control to two of them together. Avalanche in flight. He's got enough life to survive. The creep never hit the deck. The Thompson's not done. You know he's never done.
Arcane Rune.
They're running for it. Up on, well, yep, nope. TZ never got close. Tier 1 tower to attack. Thompson's actually wrapping around the side, but all you'll find is illusions. Finally, that top tower takes some damage. But they're here for the bounties. They're here for the money.
And now Arteezy is catching up to Void. Would you believe it? He was so far behind, but this last sequence from EG is massive. They defend their tower. Yeah, they have win probability 2-1. It's a terrible late game. What can I say? They've been shutting him down as hard as they could, but one misstep, one overextension, and that Fissure chrono play, it just failed. They were just not in the right position with their heroes. Is he just gonna, okay, he's gonna get arrowed, but not get comboed down. Mid-tower most likely.
It's a fantastic observer and sentry down from EG. They actually saw Thompson coming up, so the reveal was actually found by the observer ward. But you do have this double jump, and this feels like a way that OG can just battle those 2-1 odds.
We need to see a lot more action out of him. I think he's playing an integral role right now in the game. His one overextension, second overextension, he got saved by OG, by No-Tail, but you've got to be on your toes. Sitting back is not the play right now still.
But it still feels like he's waiting for Ana to be ready. Like, yeah, you got to be fighting, you got to be looking for kills, but how long until Ana will actually come into these? How long until they look for the combination? Arrow, Thompson's in the trees, he's fine.
Well, creep, just saving some HP on the tower.
Jirax is going to get his Blink Dagger on bottom lane.
They want to kill Sumail. He's such a huge kill. He's 7-0. They know this kill streak is extremely valuable, and he's going to bite. But
wait for
they don't
it.
feel confident.
You've got Crit right behind. Ana, Moonlight instantly burned. The second Thompson jumped out of the tree lines, they went for it, and Crit, he's stalking him into the tree. The TP begins. Oh! Wide ball!
Didn't you see him blink? Oh, he thought he quelling through?
Uh-huh.
Oh, he doesn't have a quelling blink. Oh, I don't know what that was.
All
right. Probably, yeah, he overthought it perhaps, or he thought the Blink Dagger was still ready. Whatever it was, he got out mid lane. We're gonna have a sleep, but they're not gonna be able to combo.
2-point Nature's Intendants and 3 points Untouchable. Seb's gonna stick around and attempt to denial? Fly? I like that from Seb. He waited it out and Fly. He's gonna get punished. Looking for that denial. S4 gonna throw his own son onto Thompson, but the Fissure is there from Jirax. But they can't keep the pressure up just yet. The call down for creating more space for the Ogre. Seb's willing to run into it, but for how long? And now the Aussie pulling back S4. Arrow flies forward. It hits on the enchantment, but he's protected. And Thompson, he'll actually have the extra life through the false promise. The flag cannon from Sumail, as much damage as he can. They'll stun him up. And now, maybe with the impetus, they have enough damage. Thompson, he just missed the toss back. The extra stun for Jirax. He'll bring in his Blink Dagger. He'll get the Echo Set. Enough damage, they kill Sumail. We're about to be split in twine. Pulling back Thompson, snapping down Seb. They're slow for the moment. Ana, he'll get the chrono. It's over on S4. That's how they began this. Thompson's keeping Crit out of this fight. Jirax can't get it close enough. Finally, they bring Dagger. But it costs so much.
Oh, they're spellcasting. They can't be happy with that. OG. Thompson blinks in, tries to get the toss on Gyro, doesn't get it. Second attempt, he tosses out the Shaker. I think. Wasn't that what he did? I think that's what he did. That was really chaotic, but it tossed out the Shaker.
We can look at it again in a second. He's looking for another jump. Avalanche toss combination combining with a double damage room. Thompson able just to get the kill onto Fly. He gets something back here, but yeah, having another look. The series of events. It definitely feels like such a hard run for OG, but they were down to 33% win odds, right? It's going to be hard no matter what.
They climbed up a bit. It's looking better and spicy. Crit will, however, be getting the Spirit Vessel now. It's going to help them have options. So here you go. There's the Enchant Echo combo. There it is. He tosses him out. They both get slept. The Splitter comes down the middle. Fortunately for OG, Terrorblade is not useful right now fighting, so they don't get punished harder than that because it's only the 4 heroes, but more space for Arteezy. He is still gaining in this game, and Sumail staying alive is really, really big for them. He's such a valuable kill. They get the Ogre, it's something, but he's actually lower net worth than his Mirana now. S4 still aiming for a 20-minute Midas.
Oh, they're so close, they can smell it. Sumail wants the kill on bottom. It was 9 time. That's why they didn't see No-Tail. The protection is there, and he'll have to use his own ultimate, the false promise, trying to escape from this illusion. He's not getting the time to actually heal up in the tree line. Just fine anyway. Yeah.
Looked like Crit might want to try to chase him there. Oh, Sumail's going to see him.
Hey, no, there's a tree, man. There's a tree.
He didn't see him.
Oh, now he'll see him.
Told you who was going to see him.
The Blink Dagger's off cooldown. He'll blink over, but hey, Crit's over here. And so is Nortel. Sumail, if he wants to try and chase this, there's a lot of help, but Seb hit by that duration of Crit. Sora coming, but still wanting to play catch.
Send a lot of defensive heroes here to keep Shaker safe. They do manage. But that's about all to come out from that.
This has to be the slowest Midas for an Ogre I've seen.
It's very slow. Oh, Arteezy, this will be a huge kill for Thompson.
He would love it. Avalanche, toss, he's got a lot of damage, but not enough.
Oh no, that's even worse.
The life away. Thompson's down for the count.
Arteezy knew his limits. You saw Thompson wasn't convinced if he could kill him, so he started hitting him first before going for the Avatos combo to get him low enough, but still not enough. Arteezy with the strength.
Oh, Seb! Tank for the team! Trying to create space for Jirax, but they'll both still die together.
Oh, that's so bad news for them. Arteezy got the kill on Thompson. That's another 425 gold. He almost has BKB now. These 2 kills in mid lane, Sumail. They're progressing so well in the game. And again, Chrono is ready. How many Chronos have they used this game? Like 1? 2?
Yeah,
2?
1, 2, 2. I got
Maybe 2.
Mid lane and mid lane north of Roshan, I think was the 2 I remember.
This is a 21-minute game. Warna actually had a pretty good laning stage. We thought it was going to be harder than it was. And I think OG kind of need to make moves. The logic that they're playing the Void with just staying out of fights and farming a lot, he is a hard carry, but you have to consider what you're giving away by doing this. This is the time that your lineup is supposed to peak, where you're the ones who are supposed to make the moves. And I'm fine with him AFK farming when Chrono's on cooldown. Absolutely. I don't think I'll be looking for fights with time dilation and only that and the time walk, but yeah, his team needs him right now.
Meanwhile, EG continues to farm. Sumail's got the Aghanim Scepter, the Maelstrom's coming out in the Courier. A full BKB's now arrived for the Terrorblade. Seb trying to go on to S4. That hand of Midas, well, at least he got it off before S4's down once again. Moonlight Shadow from EG did not arrive in time. And Thompson just once more, walking up blindly uphill. But Sumail will be ready to fight. This Courier still hasn't brought his item to him, but they won't care if Thompson, Avalanche, toss. Thompson's getting so much damage. Help is there from Nortel. Thompson just needs to get the hell out of the air. And now maybe they can Chrono. They got so much damage. The control will actually hold in the ES, but you won't care if you've got the kill first and Arteezy. Then to crit, time dilate. Sumail's got no movement speed. Fall from EG, topple like dominoes.
There we go. That's the big fight from OG. Awesome echo from Jirax, and you just see the follow through. Void was involved this time, gets an easy double kill with the Chrono, and Seb ends the streak of the Gyro, getting 800 gold, closing in on his BKB. And Arteezy had BKB there, he just didn't get it off.
Yep.
He got surprised by the stuns, got blown up. All magic damage from the Shaker currently is enough. Later on it will be harder, but gets the job done.
Probably thought he had the full advantage, and this is thrown for EG. The items will start to roll in. He said, like, you look towards the BKB for the Enchantress, but I'm looking towards the Aghanim Scepter of Thompson. What happens when this Chrono starts to be amplified more than just on your attack? He's going for his own BKB too.
Yep.
Jirax will get a 4-star. Nortel is looking for earn charges. It's the next items on the wish list, but EG just want to kill them all. They'll smoke up all together.
No echo. This is the time to take a good fight. Have Metamorphosis as well. They might just force Roche.
They're gonna go Roshan. Do they break the smoke though? Nortel's just far away, so they slip inside the pit. And OG's been checking for a while.
Oh man, the dust.
Roshan's at 50%.
Side gunner.
EG Spirit's down. Is walking out. That may be enough from Seb, but it's already done. EG under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow. Walk out of the Roche pit with the Aghanim Scepter. Aegis the Immortal Gyrocopter ready to fight.
That's a great play call. All right, OG, you've got a good team fight with your ultimates. Now we're going to get something for free. And I think OG, if they knew that this Roche was happening, I don't even know if they would have come there. I think that fight is extremely hard to take. You're fighting against Elder Titan, and there's a Mirana that can arrow you from all angles, and you don't have your big spells to kill the Terrorblade with.
So now EG have done. That's kind of like their choice, but I'm not seeing a smoke on anyone from EG.
They want to chill until Terrorblade has meta again. Oh, Terrorblade's getting jumped.
That's not what they want. Up and the arrow flies forward. It does actually control.
I got Thunder off.
It's going to be free. Thunder is out. Nortel still offering that protection for the Tiny. The ET Stomp is out, and there's nothing much he can do. Tiny just has to sleep through this battle, and he'll snap down as the protection is now worn off. EG moved from one time to the next. Seb can't do much here, but Anna, he can. Chrono is off cooldown. He's beaten the crap out of the Ogre. That's a lot of crap to get. Arrow. space created. The stun won't last long enough. Ana, going disco with the sparkly shields, able just to bounce it off with the proc to get the kill on S4.
Terribly join. And I think OG, all things considered there, with the kill failing to begin with, getting Sunder off, they'll take that 1-for-1 trade. That could have got way worse.
And still having Echo, still having Chrono. Ana
the
gets
arrow.
conditioned on the Jirax. He's ready to jump! Fly! He puts him to sleep! Sumail will claim the double kill! Ana felt like the bait, but Jirax was not ready for those.
So much damage. And that time there was no Oracle save. Didn't have the false promise, it was on cooldown, and Ana farmed up aggressively and got punished. EG are fast. They're really quick to exploit openings in this game. And while their lead might not be that big in terms of the net worth, you have this feeling that their game plan is just progressing nicely from these extra little picks they find here and there. The Terrorblade's starting to get some more health. Sanjin Yasha completed now on Arteezy.
He's got to farm and get the hell out of here. Blinks into the tree, starts his TP. They're ping exactly where he is, but no one can reach him. Bottle swap over, yeah. Give him the arcane, get the push going.
Yep, meta ready in 5, so imagine they're still looking for that Tiny. They really didn't think he had a TP.
Fun item for the Ogre. No auras for this Ogre. Blink, dagger, hand of Midas. And fly. Yeah, give it some scream. Ana, all right, yep, that happened.
I've seen that look on someone's face before. It's the, oh, fuck face.
Didn't seem to give that many Fs.
Nope. I mean,
it's like we'll just get back to it again. Hey, next combo. That's the way to go.
OG's spirit has been seemingly unbreakable. But if this continues, they might lose a series 2-0, and then we'll see how unbreakable it will be in the lower bracket. But game, they need to look for a fight. They have all their spells. Chrono's up. Tiny combo's up. Unless they want another key item. Oh no, he got jumped.
The ward, he's going to get arrowed. Thompson continued within vision and continues to get picked off. He was like 8-1. Now he's 11-4. That's not the same momentum style graph that O's looking for out of Thompson.
And it's a big kill. Arteezy has the Arcane Rune popped with the meta, so they will definitely be looking to do some damage to this mid-tier 2 tower. Still with the Aegis in hand on Sumail. Scouting arrow will not find anything, but don't think OG are interested in trying to defend this.
No, they actually need 200 gold. Ana is trying to farm it up inside the jungle to get his BK. Now it's 100 gold, so time walk over. Oh, that's not helping. He doesn't have a Quelling Blade. He actually has time walk time, but it's okay. EG's only going to take the tier 2 tower in the meantime. But don't worry, no one saw it, huh?
I wonder what Arteezy's going next, if he wanted to go Butterfly. Because both of the items give him really, really good HP in this game. The Butterfly, the evasion against both the Enchantress Impetus, against the Void, and of course against the tiny tree throw, the agility armor still adds up. Over the Scotty. Favors the... Feels like it's overall tanking. It's comparable in this game. I think a Scotty and a Butterfly will give roughly... Maybe the Butter will even give him more health against these heroes. And Treads switch onto Strength. He will have about 2.2k health when the Butterfly arrives later.
You could normally say, like, hey, why not both? But if OG get one good fight, he may not have that option for the second.
It's true. OG's line... OG are absolutely not out of it yet. It's not like this game is over.
You got Tiny beating the crap out of tier 2 towers. No one's here from EG to fight this. Ana will come in to help out as well with the BKB completed. Goes up from OG. EG does have to give it some level of respect.
The thing OG needs to make sure of is that they find a way of combining their Shaker and Void effectively. One of the weaknesses of this pairing is that to an extent they do the same thing in the fight. Shaker wants to blink Echo and stun lockdown people. Void wants to blink Chrono or jump in Chrono and do the same thing. But they can't do it on top of each other. It needs to be delayed. And if they get the idea at the same time, it can be a disaster. If they layer it perfectly, nice. So, gotta pay good attention to how the fights start off.
And this is a lot of patience from EG on the top lane. How long do they hold this? No one's coming to defend the tier 1 tower. All right, maybe we should push it. EG, up 30-minute bounty runes. Split it half and half, and another Arcane Rune. This is bread and butter. Terrorblades. And Ana, well, maybe he has to Chrono to actually save it. The Fissure holds him out. The 4-star pushes him away.
Jirax
They really are trying to hold it. Thompson jumps in for the Avalanche Dodge combo. Arteezy going to go in for the BKB. The cooldown's coming as well. They have to make sure he doesn't get the Sunder offset. Has the high ground BKB protection. 3-man Chrono. Marano's the only one that missed out on it, but they take out Sumail. He's number 1. Terrorblade number 2. The Fissure. The control from it is perfect. This time we're layering was already out. Maybe with the Bastion, they have another dust available. Down he goes. OG, they're dangerous. They bite. Oh, Jirax. No! Oh, he caught him in the tree. Crit. Well, you're in a bit of a pickle. Leap away. Oh, maybe they pop the burger. Tree toss going to be off target. Crit. Jukes, really. He's moving around the trees. Thompson, where is he? Into the side. You can get yourself a buyback all you want. Thompson, he's volleying for the wrong direction. Crit's up north, but they're pushing the mid tower while all this is going on. Crit was just playing around the side, but Ana, objective-based gaming with OG. They're used to entering this base around the 20-minute mark, but they'll still do it at 31.
And remember, what set all of this off was an arcane rune. Arteezy wanted that rune to get the Metamorphosis efficiency, and it ended up setting up OG for a perfect team fight. They played around the rune well, and they're going to be rewarded handsomely. They get a full lane of racks from this, it looks like.
It looks like it.
And then they can just back off, reset, and buy their items. Nope, they're not going to complete the rest. This might be defendable.
Jirax just buys a little bit of space. Blink forward, S4 going under. There is, well, Chronos now off cooldown.
And they did get the full lane. They didn't stop the siege creep from attacking, so S4 went for the aggressive stun.
Look at the money as well. MKB got completed already. Do you still go Arteezy in for the butterfly?
I think he might want to change his plan now and go Scotty. I think now
I don't think he's seen it though. Like in the quick buy, he still has butterfly. Is he going to buy the Eagle Song as he walks past? Yes, he is.
Okay.
So they didn't get the information on Ana.
He doesn't have buyback now. That's bold.
They need to keep these lanes pushed out and buy our time to farm.
Look at the swing and win expectancy we've just had on that XP graph over the last 5 minutes. OG have swung this game by almost 50%, from EG having about almost 80. So now OG have about 60.
So all these combinations starting to arrive for OG. Gives you confidence going into the team fights as long as they're off cooldown. But I gotta say, man, I'm loving this Jirax ES more than I was loving the ES in the first game. He is just being everywhere. He feels sacrificial, but he's never properly sacrificed. Just able to live, chain stun perfectly. Scouting arrow won't find anybody. And actually, let's cease for a moment, no tell.
That thing about this combo from OG, when you say that, like, he has all these good chain stuns, they don't have a save in EG's lineup. OG, they have the Oracle ulti to save people that get in trouble. EG, however, if Arteezy gets caught in Chrono, the only save that they have for him is trying to stomp some heroes on the enemy team, but you're not stomping this BKB Void, you're not stomping the BKB End, so who are you going to stop? Like, these are the guys killing him right now.
Need some Ghostbusters. Hurricane Plank totally done on the Enchantress. EG, they're smoking up to move out. This could just be a ward mission. They do have some fly. They need to get planted as we look towards the Roshan counter. He will respawn in 30 seconds. Ana is already having a peak time walking into the pit. Smoke wall breaks, entries down. But it's the Observer ward behind them that's giving the information for OG. Up on the hillside.
The smoke.
Oh, the Observer and Sentries both being planted at the same time. Jump in! Ana, he was baiting out the Moonlight Shadow. He started the Chronosphere, but then he brings the arms back down again. They still see Fly under the Observer and Sentry. He gets out of range of the Sentry, however. And Jirax, that probably wasn't the order he meant to do. But now he can see Fly, but he won't go it. Remember, Roshan's the target. They can't expend these huge abilities on anything other than EG heroes.
Really nice dodge from EG. I think Ana's smoke got broken by the Ogre, I think it was, and he blinked away instantly, and Ana tried to chase and find something, but couldn't get it, so not fruitful there from OG, but they get control of the area, which also has value. With Roshan up, if EG want to try to get there, they have quite a ways to run. They have the smokes ready, they have plenty of them, in fact, 3 of them on buy.
But there's so much damage on Ana, they're going to get through it before EG will arrive. Having both MKB and the Mjolnir, Seb's helping him out by tanking it through, so they're not taking any damage back.
Perfect position from Thompson. He's going to break smoke here.
They'll get rid of the Observe Wall. There's going to get information, and now he just starts the tree toss, trying to almost bait out some kind of ability in the trees. Creating space. Aegis is picked up. It is in the head of Ana, and they'll pass the cheese over to Thompson. He has the Crystallis available too. So this tree toss, volley. It's on Federer level right now.
Really, really careful as EG. The push will be coming eventually. I think a lot of pressure right now is on Fly's shoulders. Hit a good good stomp, get a good splitter off. They will need every bit of damage they can get.
They're buying up. I'm wondering if the Courier can make the track, and if Samel will want to expend the money. He can buy a Satanic right now.
BKB on Ogre. This is very unusual build from S4. But he feels like if he isn't getting chain stunned, he can perhaps provide like a pseudo save for RTZ by just going in and stunning people.
Where are any of their auras? This is going to be one of the few games that we don't see, even if Vlad's picked up. Like, there's nothing from EG.
And that's bad news for Terrorblade. He loves to have Vlads in his team.
The best thing is Basilius. That's it.
Yeah, Crit prioritizing getting a solo crest. Think it's a better choice than a Vlad. Need to protect that one key guy that gets hit in the chrono. And with Solar Crest, that can make the difference. Death.
TP's coming towards the top.
There's still a bounty rune up here.
36.5 minutes in, Crit's going to show himself, and G-Rex is instantly going to jump. If he feels it's real, and he feels it strongly. He's at the stun, a quick leap away. Maybe there's a control. Mirana nuked down into the trees once again. Crit trying to use the Ana spot into Moonlight Shadow. He just has to wait out. The stomp is just out of range. Crit once again, he gets visible only because of the leap away. And now G-Rex, he gets the slam down at the end. Was not there.
He was scared he was going to get caught. G-Rex with the gem. Just needs to get in range. And they get read from OG, sending up these two heroes here, expecting that somebody will go and push the lane out, and they are right.
EG just trapped in the base for now. OG looking for the killer blow. Nothing but illusion to push out the lanes. Tiny trying to find trees to work with. All Ana needs to do is get that nice Chronosphere with Thompson on the tree line. Ana, multi-come S4. And Ana starts to drop low, can't really time walk off a lot of that damage. Seb is there to attend to his wounds. The real mercy. Wrong game.
Yeah, I agree.
Tier 3 tower's being beaten down. Here we go, long stun on the arrow. Ana, remember, he's got the Aegis Immortal. But it's the low cooldown abilities. Fly getting smacked in the ball. Thompson! Oh, that tree had thistles. Buyback has to arrive. The melee rack is going to fall. Ana's still waiting for the right chrono. Teasy playing on the edge. At least he has to dodge some of the damage. Here's your jump forward. Time.
Oh, he got two matches.
And now into the Chronosphere. They hold him. They toss him down. And Zemail needs to do some work. Buyback developed from Arteezy. It's now or never. The arrow, it'll connect. Thompson still just having to stand there in the middle of the ET splitter. Ana's jumped himself back again. But Arteezy, he's here to fight. Thompson, he's there to be saved. They're trying to get up the hill. The stunt's been able to get Thompson down on the hillside. He actually TP'd down in front of Arteezy on Arteezy's home. They didn't take the racks though. The melee racks dropped to 200, is now up.
But that was a really expensive hold. They had to buy back their Terrorblade, Gyro, and Elder Titan just to defend. They didn't even get a good fight out of it. They killed the Oracle.
Yeah, that was it.
It's like the worst